Heyo everyone, it's the Shell of AJ, and today we have the brand new chapter of Bungo Stray Dogs. We have chapter 109 and... oh fuck me. Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch. It is 34 pages of pain, people, and as I basically said at the beginning, I am a shell of a person because fuck that chapter. This is basically like the new 101 for me, because see, when chapter 101 came out, I was a fucking mess after that. Oh no, this is just took 101, threw it out the window, stomped on it and everything like that, and just went, haha, bitch, I'm gonna traumatize everybody. Woo! Also, just to a wee peek behind the curtains, I am literally recording this not that long after the translations came out, like basically like an hour or so after the chapters came out, and usually I will wait a day and then record and edit in all in a day, but no, because I'm so worked up and wound up from this fucking chapter that I want to do it now, because if I wait a day, no. It's bad enough how I am right now. I've been fucking screaming around my fucking house because of this chapter. Like, ah! So, I apologise for your ears if you listen with headphones or anything like that, because there's probably going to be a lot of that. Because there is a lot of emotions to unpack here, and I'm fucking traumatised from this fucking chapter. Why? Don't get me wrong, it's a fucking belter, but like, my fucking heart. No! Anyway, shall we begin? Yes, we should, because that's why we're here. Right, so we kick off chapter 101 where we left off with chapter 108, where Sigma and Fyodor are basically in the, hey, why don't you touch my hand and then you can get all the info that you want. Maybe. And Sigma actually sitting there contemplating, because still at this point we have no fucking clue like the degrees of which Fyodor's ability works, right? Obviously still being very firm the believer beforehand of the fact that Fyodor's ability to kill people when they touch them does not work in ability users, and given the fact that Sigma is an ability user, in theory, with that theory, he'll be fine. So... but the thing is, Sigma doesn't know this, so he's literally contemplating touching this man's hand, alive, conscious, where he could potentially kill him if he just goes beep. Like, mate, like, come on. Like, gotta like, love him, he's got the wee shaky hands, he's hesitant, but do you know what, he's like, see if this is the last thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try. And I'm like, Sigma, I love you. But I really hate the fact that, like, you had to take this risk. But, yeah. But it's just so cute with your little shaky hands. But, yeah. So, Sigma, just going right, almost going close. It's like, right, I'm gonna go do it. If you would have been like, being the smug little git that he is. Sorry, I'm just... I'm gonna come after him this chapter. I love him, but I'm gonna come after him. I'm gonna insult him. Sitting there like a wee smug git, right? Being like, oh, what do you want to know? And Sigma James are like, right, every single fucking thing. Like, I need to know every secret that you have. And don't know if that was the best choice. But anyway, grabs his hand, and then it's just like a wee poofa, like, oh, what the fuck is going on? But that doesn't matter, because we are cutting to Aya and Bram up at the top of the airport tower, and well, Aya's just been like, you know what, fuck what's going on right now, because what the fuck is this light that's appearing out of nowhere? I'm gonna just carry on trying to get this sword out your fucking body, Bram. Bram just lying there just like, cool. So she goes up to like the window inside to look at the like the control center kind of thing. Notices that there's a hole like on the other side. A lovely little like fucking pentagon. Like, nice Akutagawa. Because she's like, oh, maybe the guy with the black coat did that as he like brought us up here. It's just like, yay, Akutagawa's secretly helping. Yay! Not all is lost. So she goes in and then spots this huge ass fucking table and goes, that's the thing that I'm going to use, right? And Bram's like, right, what are you doing? As obviously, he's lying there. He has no clothes. He's just basically, you know, like you do that wee awkward thing where you lie down and then you try and look up and whatnot. So he's basically doing that. And she's just like, right, I'm going to tie, like, this rope to the sword, and then we're going to tie the rope to this table, and we're going to shove it out, and it's going to, like, come out of you. That's what's going to happen. We're going to use gravity to take it out of you. So she starts to try and shove this heavy ass table, like it's fucking massive. And Bram just being like, you do not have the weight to move it, my child. And it's like, oh, do not tell Aya that she can't do anything because she's going to prove you wrong. And not only you, the stupid voices of our dad being like, hey, you're meant to do it like this, you're meant to do it like that, that's not how you're meant to do it. Like, she's going to prove not only you, but also him wrong. Because she's a fucking girl boss. We love Aya up in this bitch. So, yeah, Aya just continuing to be the best little girl, like, ever in this. Oh, but, yeah. So, she starts to move the table. We're getting it close to, like, the window bit and whatnot, right? And then we cut back to Sigma, who is then having, like, we're getting to see the ability, like, his ability working, which is fucking cool, because, like, see how this is, like, illustrated? It's so fucking cool. Like, I love it. But I feel so bad, because he's like, oh my god, here's all the info, and it's like, holy fuck, there's a lot of info. Like, Führer is just fucking smirking like a little bitch as all the info's coming out, and, like, Sigma is trying to take it in. But it's so beautiful how it's just illustrated. I love it. Especially that one panel of, like, Fyodor holding Sigma in his hand. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. Even if it's got his smirky little face on it. Oh, it's so good. I love it. It is beautiful. Oh, so fucking beautiful. But, yeah. So, all the information going in. And then Sigma just passing the fuck out. And he's passed out. He's not fucking dead. He's just passed out, right? I will be forever, because he's like thinking about it. He's like, oh fuck, I now know Fyodor's plan and I know his secrets and whatnot. I need to go tell the agency. But just before he finishes thinking his agency, obviously he collapses. And it's fine. He's not dead. And I'm not saying that as copium or anything like that, because even Ango has said, even with his ability, he has passed out because of the information that has came from using his ability to track down people and whatnot. So, it is fine. Also, like, when we get to the, like, the wee next panel of when Fyodor, like, walks away from him to go back to the camera thing, like, you see him lying there, but it's like, the eyes are white, like, whited, like, so they're just, like, white out, right? That is basically his brain just, like, in, like, processing mode. That is basically just what that's like. So, that is just what's going on. The brain is just computing, like, all the info. Like, remember when fucking Ashley passed out from the little information that Sigma had passed on to him? Like, Sigma has now got a fuck ton of information to digest. Obviously he's going to pass out. So, he is fine. At the moment. As long as Fyodor doesn't try and slash his throat or anything like that whilst he's trying to, like, you know, comprehend everything. Fuck. But he's alive for the moment. But then I'm just going to say fucking danger warnings anyway, because Sigma now knows everything. So why would you keep him alive? Although, he did just walk away from him. He could have, obviously, he's passed out. He's very vulnerable. Like, Sigma can't do anything, right? He's, obviously, his brain's trying to compute what's going on. Fyodor literally just could have went stab, slash, boom, boom, whatever, because obviously there's guns, like, there's weapons in the room with him. He just could have easily just fixed it. But no, he's left him at the moment. So, but he decides, you know what's more important? Let's go to the cameras and let's see what's going on with DAZAI. And here comes the fucking pain. Here comes the pain, do 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 do. Here comes the pain. Oh, Jesus. Right. Oh. Right, I need to try and be calm. This isn't going to work, but we're going to try. We get to the root of the 34 pages of pain. Here we go. It's fucking DAZAI. And what do we have? Him starting off being a cheeky little just being like, do you know what? I've envisioned this situation like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, like countless times, a fuck ton of times, but like never have I thought about it being reversed. Oh hi Chuya! Fuck! Because, like, even, like, in fucking Stormbringer, right, he goes on about, like, how he's thought of multiple ways and how to kill Chuya and everything like that, which was why it was so easy to try and go after Verlaine and whatnot. Oh! And also it's just like, oh, that proves how, like, human Chuya is, because, like, why would he spend so much time thinking of how to kill a human? Oh, God, see it. This fucking series, man. So, here we go. Hi, Chuya. Just standing there casually. Like, looking so good as a fucking vampire, and it's not cool. And, like, DAZAI just being like, oi, bitch. Come hit me then. Just stop standing there and looking pretty. So, Chuya, obviously getting semi-annoyed. You can see he got a little bit agitated. Goes in to go in for like a punch and all that. And then Fjordur, being the little cocky blocky arsehole that he is, goes, stop that, you can't touch him, he wants you, he's trying to get in your head so that you, like, so that you touch him, because, ding 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 ding, if he touches you, your vampirism is cured. Yes! I called it! Yes! That made me very happy, being like, yes, DAZAI can actually cure the vampires, like, yes, but then it makes sense why DAZAI has to fucking die, but still, here we go. So, DAZAI being a little bit gutted, being like, oh, shucks, you've defeated me, you can't do this just sucks. So, Fjordur just being like, no, just like fucking pop a bullet in him. I gave you a gun for a reason. Take the fucking gun. So, oh. Chuya takes out the gun. Looks so fucking good. And then shoots him in the shoulder. Like, Chuya, why are you shooting him in the fucking shoulder? Like, suspicious. But anyway, DAZAI fucking curses him out. It's great. He's just like, what the fuck are you doing? That's hard. It's like, what? Where were you aiming? It's like, sir, you know for a fact Chuya would probably be able to shoot you perfectly. Like, think. Oh, but yeah, so he's like making fun of him. And then Chuya places the actual gun to his head, right? Now, see with fucking light novel like logic and whatnot, technically that would somewhat start to cure Chuya, right? Because it would start to nullify the ability. Because in 15 would they have like the rope and all that tied around like DAZAI and like Chuya to help fight Rembrandt and all that. That works then, but you know, bullshit. So, does that logic still apply at the moment? Who knows? Because, well, for the most part, Chuya still looks very much like a vampire for the rest of the chapter, so it kind of is up in the air about whether or not it still works or not, or work to a degree. Who fucking knows? But, yeah, so, Chuya's got a gun to his head. And DAZAI's just like, oh, this fucking sucks, you know? Like, I'm in a lot of pain. Like, I'm getting defeated by Fjordur. Like, I'm losing to Fjordur. Like, this just fucking sucks. And to top it all off, Chuya is the one that's about to kill me. Chuya. Oh. And he's just like, oh, do you know what? Can I just have like a few more wee words with him? Because you never know. I might have a little miracle appear and I might be able to save him. And Fjordur just goes, aye, you can try, bitch. Go for it. Oh my god. This fucking moment. Like, I fucking hate it here. Because he's just like, Chuya, come to your senses. Like, emphasizing, come to your senses. Big, bold, like, hey, come on. And it's like, our fate will not, like, end in a place like this, right? It's like, you and I are destined to, then, pew! Like, the next two panels of, the first one of like Chuya actually setting off the gun, point blank at DAZAI's head, and then the next panel, like full page panels, like of DAZAI obviously reacting to the fact he's just been shot in the fucking head, and then Chuya just pops 2 more fucking bullets in him, one in the shoulder and one on his like lower side. Like, Chuya, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? I just can't handle this. It's just, this is so stressful. It hurts so much that it's Chuya that's doing this. It's just fucking cruel. Oh, but then like I need to like think about it logically. Well, somewhat logically, maybe somewhat like copium and shit, right? But there's 4 shots. There's 3 holes in the walls. One of them's in his head, so the one that went through his head did not go out fully. I think technically in ways, if a bullet doesn't go all the way through, it's actually kind of bad. However, given the fact, right, Chuya shot him point blank, like right there, should have been like insta-kill. Insta-kill. Yeah, DAZAI can still fucking speak afterwards. Like, also, he's not bleeding that much. Surely, it should be more than the little dribble that, like, appears. He just got shot point blank in the fucking head. Like, there should have been more of a fucking splatter. Surely. Like, the gun clearly can do damage if you see the fucking damage on the wall. So, clearly, it's powerful. So, what the fuck is going on? I would like to think it's, like, Chuya, like, using his ability to, like, do something to not cause any damage to his brain, and like DAZAI's just going to either like, I don't know, he might still actually be fucking dying from this, who fucking knows. He is bleeding out a fuck ton, so he's probably still dead, but he's just not brain dead. But oh god, it's fucking stressful. I hate it. Oh. But yeah, so DAZAI's still fucking speaking, right? He starts to laugh and goes, like, at long last. And he's like, I've been looking forward to this. Doesn't even finish the sentence. He just fucking, like, dies, like, at the end of that fucking sentence. And I just fucking hate it here! Like, it is probably copium, but like I feel like for DAZAI to die like this would be a cop-out. So I feel like DAZAI is going to be completely fine. However, the situation is still very fucking stressful, and I still hate it because there's still ways for things to be fine. Because like I said, how the fuck does he survive a bullet point blank to the fucking head if Chuya never done anything like to manipulate the bullet, right? Because also, like, right next to the panel, like, after he's, like, kind of collapsed, like, dead body kind of thing, right? Chuya has a very weird, like, expression on his face. Like, he's clearly conscious. There's still clearly a point of him that is conscious in this, like, vampiric state. Because the fact that DAZAI was taunting him earlier on to, like, encourage him to fucking punch him, because he was just annoying him and whatnot, right? Like, there's still clearly, Chuya is clearly there, and it's fucking annoying. Oh, so that is where I'm going with that kind of mini rant. Oh. But yeah, and then like, just to finish off that scene, right? Then we cut back to fucking Fyodor just being like, being a fucking dick. Just be like, oh, goodbye, DAZAI goon. It's like, shut the fuck up, you little bitch. You haven't won just yet. Oh, because Chuya, so you're still standing there, right? You've technically been given the orders not to touch him or anything like that. But he's fucking dead now, right? Which means, like, he technically won't be able to, like, cure you of your vampirism if you fucking bite him right now. Right now. You go bite that bastard's neck, right? You just go do it right now. Like, you can save him, right? And I'm wondering, right, if Chuya was to bite DAZAI, right, because obviously their abilities come back into play as a vampire, as we've seen with Atagawa and with Chuya, right? So, would DAZAI's ability nullify the vampirism within him, meaning that DAZAI would come back to life just basically as a normal person? Like, he would be a vampire for, like, what, 2 seconds, and then he would just be back to normal. Because surely that's how it would work, potentially, right? Or Asagiri could be like a wee bitch later on, but we'll get to that part when I get to the end of the chapter, right? When I'll bring that point up. But, yeah, Chuya, basically, listen to me. Like, look at me. Listen to me. Go bite that bastard's neck right now. Turn him into vampire. It's the only chance to fucking save him right now. You can be little vampire buds together for a wee mini moment. Just fucking do it, please. I can't handle this. And then we have to cut to my favourite fucking person. Fucking Fukushi. Fucking hate the guy. And he's got one order, right? And he's like, ugh. He's fucking like, oh, I just hate him, right? So he fucking opens it up and it's like the fucking radio, like a radio looking thing, right? And then see when he touches it, it goes like all veiny? And it's like, ew. I don't know if obviously there's just kind of like to emphasize how strong it can be with obviously with him touching it to use it and whatnot. But like he gives the fucking command of being like, right, commence invasion, right? And then you get like the wee eyes and stuff like that. It's like, it looks really creepy. But it's kind of cool, like the wee, like 3 eyes and like the big long mouth. Like it's a very creepy like walkie-talkie, but it's kind of cool. But yeah, so now like all his little infested like military like personnel around the world are now like getting into like their tanks and their helicopters and their planes and tanks and shit like that. All like starting like this global fucking terrorist act. Like, great. You're a little bitch. That's why I don't fucking like it. Like, why do you have to be here? Why? I know you have to be here, but I don't want you to be here. So anyway, I want to get away from him because I don't really care about him. I hate him. So let's come back to the best bitch in this fucking chapter. Let's go back to Aya being the girl boss that she fucking is. She's got the table outside, literally to the teetering edge now. Like, so she's got the rope attached to the sword. So obviously, sword's still attached to Bram. She's got the table. She's shoving it off because she's basically thinking like, well, people around the world are going to die. Like, and it's like basically meant to prepare herself, saying like, are you going to let that happen? And she's just basically like, yeah, fuck no. Especially as there's like shots of like DAZAI Fukuzawa and like Atagawa carrying Achise, who's missing his arm in his leg. But yeah, so she, best girl that she is, pushes the table off the edge, and like that is the end of the fucking chapter. That is the cliffhanger we have, and you know what's gonna fucking happen because it's fucking Asagiri. We're not gonna get a resolve for like DAZAI at all for like the next 8 months if we're going by fucking 101 standards. Like, oh, but yeah, so as I was saying before about how Asagiri could be a little bitch, so obviously with this moment, the hope is that the table falls, the sword comes out of Bram. Bram's just gonna go flying. That's gonna be fucking hilarious if that actually works out, by the way, because Bram's also gonna kind of go flying with the sword because Momentum's gonna obviously tug that out, but he's also gonna still go flying off the edge. Although it'd be very cute if like Aya grabs him at the end. But like, anyway, so obviously if there's the kind of hope of if you get the sword out of Bram, everyone who's been like turned into a vampire, maybe like directly from, like indirectly from him, would go back to normal. Apart from like Atagawa is probably the only one. Atagawa and Tachihara and Juno. Because I don't know how everyone else is turned into a vampire, but like say like those 3, right? Will maybe still be vampires because they're technically now like Bram's kin, because he turned them personally, whereas they've all like bit other people, so it might not count for them. So like they might go back to normal, right? So in ways in which Asagiri could be an absolute bitch is if Chuya does go to bite DAZAI, right, to try and save him, right, and the sword comes out, and just as Chuya's just about to bite DAZAI, he goes back to normal, which means DAZAI's still a very dead man, because Yasano's nowhere near, and we can't have that little small moment that we have in 55 minutes in the light novel where she can fix him. I fucking hate that. I hate the thoughts that I've created from this fucking chapter. Like it's just, some of it's just like copium of just being like, no, we can fix this, it'll be fine. But then it's like, oh, I'm just gonna create worse scenarios. How about I create this scenario in which DAZAI can still be dead because he doesn't get bitten in time and people go back to normal. I hate it. I hate this series. I don't. I love it with all my heart, but my god, the emotions that come with this fucking chapter. Like, it is, like, this chapter is just going down in history as one of the best fucking chapters, probably, right? I'm probably going to remember, like, for the end of days, it's going to go, like, as much as, like, 101 hurts, right? It is one of my favourite chapters. Like, so this is now going to, like, unfortunately go into the pile of, this chapter hurts so much, I love it so much. And, like, also the fact, right, obviously, this isn't going to get animated, obviously, in this season, right? So, it's going to be, what, 5 years until we get season 6, given how, like, quick we're getting to the current state. So, if we're going by the trailer of what has been shown, we see at least 400, oops, wrong, 104.5, right? So, it's going to be a while, right, before we have enough content to make another season. Reasonably, right? And I've just realised we're going to have chapter 101 probably in the next 4 weeks, potentially, right? Animated. So we're having all this pain from 109, which can now link back to 101. And we're going to get that animated. So it's just like, here's the animated version of this painful chapter. And then let's just rubbing salt into the wound of the last chapter, which probably won't get resolved next month. So, haha, deal with that. I hate the fact that I've worked that out. So, yeah, that is chapter 109. My god, was it a fucking doozy? But it's a fucking belter. Oh. My god, Asagiri, honestly. Fucking banger, but still. Why did it have to hurt so much? I've been a mess since this came out for hours. Like, I could have probably just waited till tomorrow and done this in a more calm and composed way. But no, because I knew for a fact I was going to get worked up again. So why not do it once I'm already worked up? Makes sense. This video is going to be so long because I'm just ranting. I'm a mess. So yeah, so let me know your wee thoughts down below. I know already some of you are already like a mess like myself, which is fucking great. We're all in this together. We as the Bungo community just sticking up for each other in their pain. This is why like our community is just like the fucking best, man. It's so great. Right, so after a little braver, let me know your wee theories down in the comments, because how is everything going to get resolved? Because Sigma is definitely no dead, right? And DAZAI is temporarily dead. I am going to go with that. He is temporarily dead. So I do believe he will be fine in the end, because DAZAI just cannot die this way. I feel like he is going to die at the very end of the series. He has to kind of die, I think, at some point within this series. If he survives, I think it's going to be a wonder. But him and Fyodor both need to die. Like, they have the parallels. They need to have... No. Just... He just can't die like this. He can't die at the hands of Chuya, technically by Fyodor. Like, no, I don't, no, I cannot accept it. I cannot. He deserves a better death. If anything, DAZAI should have his death by his own hand. Like, that is it. That's the only death he should have, is by his own hand. Boom! I said it. That is it. Oh, like I said, here's the best bit is chapter 109. This is going to be fucking hilarious to go back on, because do you know what? There's probably going to be a worse chapter like later on, and it's going to be like, oh yeah, this now blew like chapter 109 out the water. Like, honestly, just thinking about it, right? This is like the peak of Fyodor's like fucking villain arc, right? And if we are actually going to have the 3 villain arcs, because we've already had like Scott Fitzgerald's, right? We're in Fyodor's, right? We're still missing Agatha Christie, right? What the fuck is Agatha Christie going to fucking do? This is what Fyodor's doing. Although technically, obviously, this is part of Fukichi, but you know what I mean? Like, this is technically part of his arc of being a villain, right? But like, what is going to happen? Also, just thought about it, because obviously, like, Fukichi's obviously got his like people all around the world, right? Like, what is the like the Order of the Clock Tower doing, right? Unless, if it would be fucking hilarious, that Agatha Christie was a vampire right now. Imagine that. That would actually be really funny, but I don't think that's actually what's happening. But like, what the fuck is she doing, right? That's what I want to know. What is she doing, like, in fucking London? Like, what is she doing? I don't trust that. Oh, but anyway, I'm gonna stop ranting. This video is like 1,000,000 billion years long for like such a chapter, and yeah, I think we all need a breather and like go get a drink. That's how I fucking feel. Oh, but yeah, so we will be back next month with the new chapter, and obviously we'll have all the rest of the anime episodes for the next coming weeks, along with the 15th chapter at the end of the month. Yay! Which will be a good chapter, because it should be. I need it to be. It will be. It's 15 and it's Hoshikawa. Wow, beautiful. Anyway, so if you like Bungo Stray Dogs, I have a lovely big playlist that has all the fucking videos of anything. There's so many things. Some of them are a lot more composed than this one. This is probably one of the worst ones for how screamy I am. But just know it's passion. So if you like that, like the video, comment, and you can subscribe. I have lots of Bungo content, because that's the only thing I make at the moment now. So it's the Bungo year. It's only Bungo content. But anyway, until next time, I'm AJ, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.